Hello and welcome back to Abs Talk Sport. There's a big smile on my face, guys. And you know why that is. Manchester United knock Arsenal out of the FA Cup. It was the team that has the most amount of FA Cups versus the holders of the trophy currently. A big game away at the Emirates. And there are some Manchester United performances that deserve a lot of recognition. I don't go any further than the goalkeeper. Why? Because after the Tottenham Hotspur Carabao Cup game, I was one of the United fans that said this guy is horrible. I think even before the game had started, when the lineups were announced, I think when Amorim announced a couple of days ago that Altay Bayanda would start, I said that might be a mistake. And obviously it turned out that it wasn't. It didn't end up being a mistake because he was fantastic, especially in that second half. I obviously throughout the game was concerned because he started the game nervy, was kicking the ball out of play. I think that was a theme of his whole performance, but had some really huge saves in some really big moments. Manchester United in general came there with a very smart game plan. It was to soak up the pressure and to allow Arsenal to try and break them down. Why? Because we have the evidence in the last couple of game weeks from Arsenal Football Club that they are struggling to create currently. They are having a big problem with creating clear-cut chances, and that was proven once again in this game. Listen, some people might look at Ruben Amorim and say, is this your style of play? Is this the situation? This is what you're dealing with right now? The reality of the matter is, within this couple of months that he's been here, only had maybe 3 training sessions fully with the team. This was the first week in which he had preparation properly, the Liverpool game and the Arsenal game. And he set out 2 good game plans that were effective and got good results in both of those games. The character, resilience, desire, determination shown by the Manchester United squad was fantastic to see. And there are a couple other people that do need to be mentioned. Harry Maguire. And I mentioned him after the Derby game as well. But if we look at the narrative change in Harry Maguire's career, first of all, I must say I was happy I was on the right side of history when he was being vilified and he was being targeted and he was being abused. I'll be honest, let's have it right. It got to the level of abuse. I was someone who still regarded him for, like, in his good times. The times were good, for sure they were. His ball playing ability has always been good. He's been someone who's an aerial presence. If he's playing against a big striker, he enjoys that kind of physical altercation. But obviously, he also has his limitations and his weaknesses. But what he has shown over these last couple of weeks, and ever since Amorim's come in, is that he is going to be an important player. We've triggered his contract extension for another year, and there's a reason why the manager's done that. Because he can see what this guy brings us on a football pitch. One thing I want to highlight is early on in the game, there was a pass that he fired into Mazraoui. He loves that pass from centre back to the right 10 area, which is a line-breaking pass, a forward pass. It's a progressive pass that we need. That's the kind of passes we need to be encouraging from our back line. He was fantastic. Matthias de Ligt today. Wow. We saw Manchester United did prefer, the best chance to be created in that first half was a Kobbie Mainoo shot that Raya saved quite comfortably. But we saw that most of our good play was coming on the left-hand side. In possession, does de Ligt have his limitations? For sure. But his box defending, the smelling of danger, knowing where to be in this game today at the Emirates was fantastic. It was brilliant. Mazraoui was Mazraoui, the steady Eddie. He's going to give you a 7 out of 10 almost all games. So comfortable in all phases of the pitch once again. I look towards Dalot. Dalot had his link up with Bruno Fernandes was so pivotal in the last game. Wasn't as relied upon in that sense. But that midfield pivot of Ugarte and Mainoo has to be the midfield that Manchester United starts for the foreseeable future. They complement each other so well. Kobbie has that bit of flair and elegance about him to find the forward passes or carry the ball forward. We have Ugarte, who I captioned his Instagram post, when we have the ball, it's a game. When we don't have the ball, it's a fight. That's what he just gets it. And he's another one I have to apologize to, because Altay Bayanda is one that I called out and said he should never wear this shirt again. I wasn't convinced about Manu Ugarte. That's the honest truth. I wasn't. But I am very, very slowly falling in love with Manu Ugarte. How hard he works off the ball. How much of a fighter he is. We saw that scuffle after the fraudulent decision by the referee to give a penalty there with Kai Havertz diving. He let Havertz know what he thought. And obviously, in another day with VAR, that could have been a red card, let's be honest. But that's the kind of person you want in your corner. That's the kind of person you want fighting for your team and fighting for the badge. And he did that brilliantly today. Kobbie, who the manager in the press conference before the game mentioned how there seems to be this idea that we have sold, the English media has sold to Kobbie Mainoo that he's the complete product. I'm a part of that too. I must hold my hands up. But And he mentioned how there is a lot for him to improve on, and I agree. And he has found a bit more joy in this role, where at times when we are really front foot, he's able to even join the attack. We found him playing in the pockets with Bruno Fernandes higher up the pitch. This is what the future of Kobbie Mainoo could be in this team. That front line, obviously, Amad Diallo being on the bench was the headline. The manager then obviously let the world know that there was a slight injury that he picked up, a knock during the week. He came on and had his impact to play. There was times when him and Joshua Zirkzee towards the end of the game were just finding each other, which created one of the bigger chances in the game. But United showed a lot of character and resilience. Højlund needs to improve. Højlund's got a lot to work on. He has to improve a lot. I thought Garnacho did okay. Bruno Fernandes, once again, a captain's performance, once again leading the team out, taking that first penalty in that penalty shootout. When the red card happened to Diogo Dalot, he was the one that had to drop into midfield, further deeper into midfield, take some more responsibility on the ball. It was just it's a performance you hang your hat on, because Ruben Amorim spoke at the Liverpool game about, why haven't I seen this before? He wasn't satisfied with the Liverpool performance. He asked, why haven't I seen this in other games with my team? This team has now shown in back-to-back games now, they can show you strength, resilience, character, determination, perseverance, all these kind of traits that you want to continue if you want your team to be successful in the long run. And listen, this is all positive things that we have to take. Are we playing the football that Ruben wants to play? Yeah, absolutely not. But we are just in the first phase of our team, when other teams are a bit further along with a little bit less success. But listen, this is the reality of the situation. Manchester United have done so well to knock the record amount of FA Cup winners, Arsenal, out of the tournament. It's one that they take a lot of positives for, look forward to. The penalty shootout was fun. Altay Bayanda, I was certain, would save minimum one of them. And listen, it showed that the character, heart, wanting it more than your opposition is an issue that's been laid at the doorstep of the Arsenal team previously. It has shown that Man United, when they matched that desire and they showed that they wanted it more than the opposition, it came through, and they are through to the next round of the FA Cup. Hopefully we take that through into the second half of this season. Let me know what you guys thought about that blockbuster fixture, that blockbuster result, down in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. We're back on the channel. We're going to be posting consistently all of 2025, and I'll catch you guys next time.